Good morning or afternoon. Today we're looking at number 104, Theme from New World Symphony. Now, right off the bat, the title Theme from New World Symphony is a little misleading to me because the theme from New World Symphony that I know is from the finale. It's the one that starts and kind of sounds like Jaws. I love that. Now, this one is from the second movement of the symphony called Largo. And we will get to that in just a minute and what Largo means, but this piece was written by a guy named Dvorak. This recording of this piece was actually taken into space by Neil Armstrong. He liked it so much he took a recording of the symphony up to space. He didn't have an MP3 or anything like that. That didn't exist, so it was a little more involved. Now, the beginning of this piece, Largo, means very slow or very slowly if we're being proper. So that means that your tempo here is going to move very slowly. Now, if you play the clarinet, this will be a great opportunity for you to practice holding out and playing your high notes that we learned very recently with a nice even sound, making sure to keep your chin flat and your embouchure firm. Everyone else, same thing, but these are notes that you've been playing for a while. Now, on to other things. You've probably noticed that the screen here looks a little bit different. Notice that these little repeat signs here have been circled in the book that I'm using. There's actually a typo in Smart Music, so that's why I'm using this image from the book. You have a new concept here called DC Alfine. This is different from a DS Alfine, which we saw first in number 101, in that instead of back to the sign, notice that there's no sign, that DC Alfine or da capo Alfine means back to the beginning and then to the end. So the way that you're going to navigate this piece, measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, measure 4, measure 5, measure 6, measure 7, measure 8, measure 9, measure 10, measure 11, measure 12, and it's got the repeat sign and the internal repeat. So you'll go back here, measure 9, measure 10, measure 11, measure 12. Now we're in business. DC Alfine, back to the beginning. Measure 2, measure 3, measure 4, measure 5, measure 6, measure 7, measure 8. And there's the fine. We're done. Now, truth be told, I wish that the book had been a little better about introducing the DC Alfine and not confusing the matter with having an internal repeat. But if this internal repeat didn't exist, you would just go back from the DC to the beginning and then play into the fine, and then you're done. So after you get through playing this one, of course you don't have to do this, but I recommend, in addition to listening to the recording that's attached to this slideshow, you also check out the recording of the New World Symphony finale. I love that. It's very dramatic, it's very dark. Love it. But anyway, good luck with this one. Clarinets, please play with a good sound on those high notes. Everybody else, practice the DC Alfine.